PD background. I didn't did any project, but I know theory.
Okay, in which subject have you done project? Please tell me your project.
It is software. Basically, there are three models: YOLO V2, YOLO V3, and OCR. In YOLO V2, we will detect whether uh, there are three models: YOLO V2, YOLO V3, YOLO OCR. In YOLO V2, we will check whether the person with bike or not. In YOLO V3, we will check whether a person wearing helmet or not. Afterwards, in OCR, we will extract the license plate.
Okay, and have you done any projects in Verilog and digital and
No,
CMOS?
sir. No.
So you are from software background.
No, I am from EC.
Okay. So have you studied Python and machine learning?
Python, I know, but I don't know that much basics. I know.
And C programming and OOPS.
I don't know.
Okay. So have you studied CMOS and digital?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shiju, please introduce yourself.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Yes. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Shiju NP. I'm from Calicut, Kerala. I have completed my diploma in electronics and communication from Government Polytechnic College, Chalakara in 2019 and BTech degree in EC from RIT Kottayam in 2022. Along with my degree, I have various projects in VLSI side and non-VLSI. I have a strong interest in this field and I am really passionate too. In addition with that, I have good knowledge in digital Verilog, system Verilog and UM also. That's all about me, sir.
Okay, thank you, Shiju. My first question is for Venkatesh. So you have studied digital electronics.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me the difference between D flip-flop and D latch?
D flip-flop and D latch. In D flip-flop, same clock is connected to the all flip-flop. In the latch, only one clock pulse is connected for first flip-flop. The output of the first flip-flop connected to the next flip-flop. Both are 1-bit storage element.
Okay. Can you draw it on the copy? You have to draw first clock and input and output for D latch and D flip-flop, and to draw it and show me. So,
Okay, sir.
So Shiju, you have studied system Verilog. Can you tell me the difference between the function and task?
The function and task both are used for the reusability of system Verilog. First of all, when we come to the function, the function is supported only the argument as single input and single output, I think, and it does not support any time consuming related statements. And we can declare if the declare a variable inside the function, the scope is only within that functions. And when we comes into the task, it can support delay statement as and it can support many inputs as well as output, and also task may not return any value. Functions can have return a value. Then the variable declared inside the function task is only within that within the scope is within that task, I think. That's all.
What do you mean by extern keyword?
Sorry,
Extern.
extern.
EXT. Yes.
Extern. Actually, I don't know, sir.
Oh, okay. Do you know about for join? Do you
Yeah.
know for join,
Yeah.
for none, and for? Can you please explain it?
Yes, sir.
Explain it with the help. Do you have studied events? Uh,
Yes, sir.
First, explain me the events.
In folk join there are the statement, all the statements are executed parallelly. First of all, there are three types of folk joins are there: folk join any, and folk join none. In folk join, we came inside that folk join after executed all the statement within declare in the block, folk join block. In fork join any, it will jump into that fork join block if there is any of one of the statement will be executed. And in fork join none, it does not wait any of the execution that happens in the fork join.
Okay. Can you illustrate it with the example of events? Have you studied events? Please explain me the events.
Events, can give me some example, I will be.
Events, you must have studied events. There are four type of events: locking, triggering,
Yeah.
wait.
Want
For
to explain fork join with compare to events.
yeah. You use fork join syntax to explain the events, different type of events, and write a code.
Okay, write a code where I want to. Can I write in EDA?
Suppose I'm helping you with that.
Yeah, okay, fine, sir.
Suppose you have a module, okay?
Okay.
You have event 1 and event 2. It
Hmm.
means that you have task process A and task process B, okay? So
Task. Okay, process.
task
Inside that two
function 1,
tasks. Mm-hmm.
you have two tasks. You can take it any task. So you have two tasks, A and B, or any keywords you can use. So you have to illustrate every syntax used in the events: blocking, non-blocking, wait, and trigger, with the help of for join. Okay? You use for join to explain both task and join it, and write a code to explain the events using for join. Suppose you have some delay in the triggering of event, and you have some delay in the triggering of other event. How will we use and how will we differentiate between?
Explain with the block also, procedure block also.
No, just explain the tasks. Suppose we have event 1 that is triggering at some time, event 2 that is waiting or triggering at some time. How will we relate all that? Suppose we okay, explain it for that triggering event. Explain relate process A and process B for triggering event, and use fork join for both the process.
Okay, so okay, I want to put it an example, right?
Okay, try it. Try it.
So can you give me any code with related to Google or something? I will much comfort with that.
Code. One second. Okay. Venkatesh Koluru, do you have studied very long? Show me. Move it right. Okay. Flip flop and latch. No. It's wrong. Your voice is not visible, audible. So okay, leave it. It will consume much time. It will consume all the interview if you write that code. Okay, I will move to the next question. So I will suggest you study the events with an example of code that will be asked in the interview.
I know, sir, but for writing, I actually not yet clear about when I with a different process with initial block or always block or different time consuming like that.
Yeah. I can understand. Have you studied rand case?
Yeah.
Explain rand case.
Sir, in the system value for testing purpose. Na? Okay, we want the linear input giving for a DUT is not a possible solution. So that's why we go with the randomization. We can create a as many inputs that we want with our requirement that we can given to the design. That is done by the randomization.
So what that is the definition you are telling of for randomization. Why do you use rand case? Rand syntax. Have you studied rand?
Yeah, rand syntax. If you go with the class, we can declare any transaction. Okay. What case we want to randomize? If it is like for a memory, if there are address are there, data bits are there. Like if you want to randomize that cases, we put rand keyword in front of that variable.
Okay.
By calling.
What is the difference between rand and rand-C?
rand-C is cyclic, sir. Once all the combinations has to be completed, then only go for the next cycle. If you have 10 combination, after completing the 10 combination, it will again start with the first combination. Without putting the rand-C word, it will be randomization will not be predict. Maybe it will be again and again same value will be.
Why do we use Venkatesh? You have a question. You have a sequence. Suppose 1010. Write a state diagram for the state diagram for Mille and show
101.
1010.
Sir, I don't know state diagram, but I will try, sir.
You haven't studied Mille more?
I need to recall, sir.
Okay. So study it. It's very important. Every interview asks this question. Mille and Nure, and they will also tell you to design a Verilog code of. They will give you any sequence. They will give you to design Verilog code of that sequence. So my next question for you is use XOR gate using 2:1 modes. Design XOR gate using 2:1 modes.
XOR gate, sir.
Yeah. Design XOR gate write in copy and show me. So. Shiju, can you tell me the difference between what you mean by dynamic array and associative array?
Dynamic array and associative array. Yeah. Dynamic array and associative array we are used for when we want to large memory creation. The dynamic array is creating dynamic array is actually we are declaring first, then we creating at the runtime. And the associative array also support the address or the index is also we can declare with any type index int or string float, any type we can declare. That's the main difference between the dynamic and associative array. For dynamic array, the index only support a particular type only. And also the size of the array is came automatically with we given to the data into that array. Depend upon that.
Tell me, can we modify the size of the array in dynamic array? Suppose we have allotted an array with the size of 8.
Yeah, we can of course modify that. If you want the previous element also, then we can put a after the I think a curly bracket. We put that previous array name. We can take that values that we declared in the previous array also.
Okay, studied properly. You are right, but you have missed the main point in it.
Yes, we can modify it, sir. That I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Have you studied deep copy and shallow copy?
Yeah.
So tell me what is shallow copy, and first tell me what do you mean by this keyword? Very long.
This keyword. This keyword is accessed for accessing the class object inside that a function or task. Like that, if we have a situation, the arguments came with the function is same name as the class variable. So in that time we can access the class variable using this keyword. They will separate the argument value with the original class value.
Okay. So
it is visible.
Yes, it is visible. I have told you to design XOR gate.
XOR.
Yeah, XOR. So
Yes, sir. AB bar plus A bar B.
1 second. One second. Okay, good. Now, next question for you, Venkatesh. Can you write the Verilog code for full adder using behavioral structure?
I will try, sir. I think I will do.
Okay, try it. If you don't know, then you can at least try it. Or if you don't know, tell me clear that you don't know. So, okay, Shiju, tell me the difference between shallow copy and deep copy.
Shallow copy and deep copy. These are two kind of copy we are using in system Verilog. In shallow copy, only the address or only the copy is done with the main class only. In a deep copy, the copy will done also with the subclass. Inside that subclass, what we are declared, this also make the done with the copy.
Okay.
These are two of them used. Deep copies, as per our requirement, we can create the code for deep copy. For shallow copy, I think it is came with the handle assignment. If we have two handles of B and A of then we can put copy by equal to before the like A handler of A equal to new handler of B. Then we can make the copy of B to the A in shallow copy. But the copy is done only for, I think, main class only.
Suppose in deep copy, as for the examples, suppose we have allotted any class. Okay, we have given a class and initialized its data type. Okay, we have initialized two data type, that is one data, one bit and one data, and then we have used this variable to copy that instance of class in this function. Okay, now when we are using class new class for that data, for that bit and unit which we have declared, and suppose initially we have given any value, data is equal to 50 and int is equal to 1, any value we have assigned in a new function, that is task. Okay, when we modify the value of the data So will it be reflected in the shallow copy or not?
Will it be reflected in the shallow copy or not? Like if we are declared a like if we have two classes, okay.
Yeah.
Like that, if anything happens in the class, you ask that the copy will be the variable of that copy will be affected on the class, right?
Suppose we have two transactions, transaction 1 and transaction 2. Okay? In
Okay.
transaction 1, we have declared the value of data and int 200 and suppose 50 and 1. Now, if we are
Okay.
modifying the value of transaction class 1 of data and int, the two variable which we use, if we modify the value, suppose we have given it transaction 1 copy, we have modified the value of transaction 150 and 2. So will it be reflected in the transaction 2 or not? If you are using shallow copy.
Shallow copy, I think no, sir. First of all, we want to make it the address of that two classes want to make it make same using the new function. Then only we can assign. When we any changes happens in transaction class, I think no, sir.
Okay, what will be the answer if it is deep copy?
Deep copy actually it make the address is same, and also we make any subclass also instead of subclass. Like if we have a class A and a subclass of that class, it will create a memory for also the subclass also. It will make a pure copy, I think. Everything what we are in the one class is completely copied to the another.
Very good. Have you, Venkatesh?
Sir, I don't know whether it is right or not.
Module A, B, C in, S, C out. You are using get, show me. No. It's absolutely wrong. You need to study very well.
Okay, sir.
The code that will show you the interviewer, they will reject you at that instant. You have written it all wrong. First, you need to study all 5 structures that is used: behavioral, gate flow, data flow, structural. So you need to study that first and implement every function using different models. So, Venkatesh, next question for you is: can you define me the accumulation mode, depletion mode, and inversion mode of MOSFET?
Accumulation, depletion,
And inversion mode.
inversion. I mean active, inactive, saturation mode like that, sir.
No, I'm asking accumulation, depletion, and inversion mode. Shiju, can you tell me the answer of the same question?
In MOSFETs, we have it is the voltage control device. First, all if we give the like in enhancement MOSFET accumulation mode, all the electrons are whole. That depends on the substrate we are using. In that mode, the channel is does not created. All the electrons are accumulated over there.
You are telling me depletion type and enhancement type. I am asking you the question: accumulation, depletion, and inversion type. 3 modes of operation are there in MOSFET. So explain me each of it on the with compared to VGS. How it will change with the VGS? How will we change VGS in all the 3 modes?
Accumulation. Actually, I don't know what, sir. I want to recall. I know that with the diagram, I know.
You need to study that. That's very important question of the interview. Okay. Can you tell me the in which mode we use switching and in which mode we use amplification for both of you?
Accumulation.
Both. Sir, for active mode, forward
First
and
tell
reverse
me,
bias.
I am not asking about PN junction. I am asking about CMOS or MOSFET. First tell me
MOSFET,
what is the three modes of working in MOSFET?
active, inactive, and saturation region.
Can you tell me what is triode?
Diode, sir.
Triode region.
Triode. Triode is, it is three terminal device, I think.
Okay, tell me.
NP.
I'm not. Have you studied CMOS, Venkatesh?
Yes, sir.
Huh? So
Yes,
tell
sir.
me how many terminal devices MOSFET? And Shiju for both of you.
MOSFET is.
Suppose we have NMOS, how many terminal devices in MOS?
Sir, sir, gate, drain, and source.
No.
Sorry, gate is okay. Source, drain, gate. Yeah, I think.
4 terminal devices. One
Four terminal device.
one
Base.
terminal is bias. It's 4 terminal device. As suppose we have 4 terminal NMOS, we have to convert in. We have to use it as a switch. So now for how many terminals it will be used? For both of you.
Sir, can you repeat, sir?
If we use 4 terminal NMOS as a switch, so for how many terminal it will work as a switch?
For switch, I think it's worker 3 terminal. It will be worker switch.
No. It will be used as 2 terminal devices when we use it as a switch. Okay, have you studied current mirror?
Sir?
I studied, sir, but I want to recall.
Have you studied current mirror?
Yes.
Current mirror.
Okay, study MOSFET. One book is Kang. Study MOSFET from the Kang. That will help you a lot in understanding the concept. Okay. You need to study CMOS because it's very important. Suppose Venkatesh, draw the diagram of CMOS inverter.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Shiju, can you tell me the difference between Mealy and Moore?
Yes, sir. Mealy and Moore are in, under the category of FSM. In Mealy, the output is depend on the present state as well as the input also, and the current state or the present state is depends on clock. And came to the Moore, the output is depend only on the present state, which will depends only on the clock. We choose the state machine. Comparatively, Moore is preferable only than Mealy because it has give the synchronization with this clock. Like as I previously mentioned, the state is only with respect to the clock. In some cases, we also use the Moore for a specific condition sequence detector. The state number of state is higher. Moore is +1 compared to the Mealy.
Okay.
Like that.
Venkatesh, I saw it. Okay. Continue, Shiju.
Then main difference is like that. Synchronization.
Tell me the number of states. In which number of states are more?
Actually, I done with only sequence detector, and in that case, number of state is Moore is +1 compared to the Mealy, but it is not. I think other cases it's not like that. Number of states are higher than Mealy, I think.
Okay.
Only specific condition, and Moore is more preferable.
Okay, Venkatesh. What will happen if we in CMOS inverter if we exchange NMOS with PMOS and PMOS with NMOS. So what will be the effect on the CMOS inverter if we exchange PMOS with NMOS? For both of you, Venkatesh Kular first.
PMOS with NMOS.
Let him tell first, Venkatesh.
No.
Don't know, sir.
Okay, study it. It's also a
I
very
think-
important question for the interview.
PMOS is it is strong conductor of zero.
So it's just like act like a buffer, because in condition if we give 1 over here, the output will be 0. Okay, that is reflected by ground. If you take ultra, the same condition will be reflected. No? If you give 1, then output will also 1. If you give 0, output will also 0. Like that.
Okay, so how will we affect the charging and discharging of the capacitor if we exchange with PMOS and NMOS?
I not much go with the capacitor. Yeah, that's a capacitor. No? Actually, I want to go through it, sir.
Okay. Have you studied counter, both of you?
Counter, yeah.
So, how many flip-flops are required for N modulo counter?
N flip-flops are needed, sir.
How many flip-flops are required for N modulo counter?
If
For both of you.
mode 10 state, if we have 4 flip-flop, then we have 2 raised to n, I think. 2 raised to n, sir.
No.
Mode 10 we have 4 counters. By using 4 flip-flops, we can maximum achieve mode 16.
Yeah.
Using 5, we can achieve 32. Like that, no?
Yeah.
2 power of n, sir.
Pardon?
2 power of n.
No, not true. Suppose we have to count 16. Okay.
We have 4.
So it will be log to n.
Log to n. Yeah, right.
Log to n. If we are using the number of number of bit, it will count. Then we will use 2 to power n. If we use number of states, then it will be log to n.
Log to n. Yeah. Yes.
So what do you mean by race around condition? Both of you, Shiju first and then Venkatesh.
Race around condition is occurred in flip-flop. Sorry, we cannot control over the state. It will be like toggled 1 to 0 continuously. We cannot have a control over the race round. By making, I think, a race round to we achieve the toggling condition from the race round by making some changes in the flip-flop.
Okay.
Master slave flip-flop.
Yeah.
When j equal to 1, k equal to 1, it occurs, sir, a race around condition. We will achieve by edge triggered or master slave triggered.
Okay. For both of you, can you tell me why we use output as rate in coding in Verilog, but if we use in test bench, we use output as wire and input as range?
Hi, sir. In RTL coding, in a procedural block, in the left hand side should be a reg type. Okay. For the test bench, it will to an input to the DUT. So we want to declare everything input as reg and output as void in the input as reg and output as void in the test bench. So that's why.
Okay. Venkatesh, can you tell me what is the clock skew?
Clock skew, sir.
What do you mean by clock skew?
Difference in arrival time of the clock signal at the clock end pin.
In which arrival time? Which type of arrival time? Explain it again.
Like consider one flip flop at the clock sync pin, sir. End pin. Different arrival time of the clock signal at the clock receive.
Okay, you tell me, Shiju.
Clock skew is considered with if we any RTL code, everything is registered to register. Now, if you consider a launch flop and a capture flop, there we can consider the difference between the two arrival time of the two flops with the same clock. There are some delays with respect to this clock.
Okay. What do you mean by positive skew?
Positive skew is if we are already with respect to one flop, we can get a skew. I think by the time difference, if positive, I think it will be make positive skew. Or the difference in it make negative or larger, it will make negative.
What will be positive? Capture or launch? Which time delay which propagation delay will be high in positive skew?
Propagation delay, capture, launch flop. With respect to the capture flop, if the time of the capture flop will be higher than the launch flop, it will be treated as negative skew, I think.
Okay. Tell me, for positive skew, what will be the advantage of positive skew in terms of hold time and setup time?
Hold time and setup time. Advantages of positive skew.
Yeah.
The setup time or the hold time is with respect to the if the positive skew is only happens with the setup time violation, or it happens in the capture flop. The setup time violation happens in the capture flop if the arrival time is greater than the in gap between the setup time. Now it will leads to the positive skew, I think. If the clock input came over before the setup time, it will lead to the negative skew, I think.
Okay, Venkatesh, can you tell me that positive skew is good for hold time or setup time?
Positive skew.
For setup time, sir. Arrival time minus required time.
Why it is good for setup time?
Positive skew is good for all the time, sir. It does not make any change in the actually the hold time is related to with the launch flop. So if you have positive skew, it does not make any change in the hold time. It would not be affected by the hold time.
So positive skew is good for setup time or hold time. What is the conclusion?
It's good for the hold time.
No, it is good for
Okay.
setup time.
Yes, sir.
Setup
Because in positive skew,
Hmm.
capture is delayed due to addition of skew. So in that case,
Capture is delayed. Yeah, setup
so
time is before. Yeah.
so in that
Yeah.
case, setup time is favored. So it will help in setup time. Okay.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So okay. My next question is so Venkatesh, can you tell me what do you mean by clock latency?
Uh, Capture time minus launch time.
Hmm?
Time taken to travel launch time to capture.
Clock latency.
No. Uh, Shiju,
Time taken to travel.
can you write the Verilog code of D flip flop using behavioral structure,
Deep flip flop using
behavioral modeling?
behavior modeling. Yes, sir.
And
Want to write in share in WhatsApp or
Venkatesh, please
Yes, sir.
write in copy. How will you draw 16 is to 1 mux using 4 is to 1 mux?
16:1 is
Using 4 is to 1 mux.
4:1.
I want to write in paper.
Yeah, you can write it in notepad or in paper, whatever is suitable for you. Write it in notepad and share the screen.
Yeah, done, sir. I want to share the screen.
Share the screen.
Yeah, it's visible, sir. Yeah, can you see that, sir?
No, I'm unable to see.
Yeah, now. Hello.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. I use synchronize with the reset also, sir.
Okay.
Visible, sir?
Okay. Okay, you now next question for you, Venkatesh, is that one second. No. Keep on. Next question for Venkatesh is that how many 4:1 marks is required to design 64 into 1 marks?
64 into 1.
How many 4:1 marks is used to design 64 into 1 marks? So, put to D. Okay. So, you haven't mentioned the state. Okay.
Yeah, if reset is came, sir, it will in 0. Okay. Not reset, the Q will be reflected by input D.
Okay, you can stop.
21, sir.
Yeah.
21. Okay. What do you mean by metastability state? Both of you?
It cannot predict either logic 0 or logic 1. It is in between logic 0 and logic 1, sir.
So, when does it occur?
When setup and hold time violates.
Okay, so what is the effect of metastability state on the circuit?
Can you repeat, sir?
What is the effect of metastability state on the functionality of the circuit?
It can occur like DRC, some violations.
What do you mean by DRC?
Design rule check.
How do we do DRC? Which tool we used for implementing DRC?
Edges.
Okay, Shiju, can you tell me the when we use virtual keyword in system Verilog?
Virtual keyword, actually, if you want to the hidden the base class, or the user want to create only the copy in some that time we put virtual keyword in front of a class. In that case, we cannot create the memory of the virtual class. Only we can access the methods and property, and we can play with that. We cannot make any change and cannot declare abstract class, I think.
Okay. Shiju, can you tell me what do you mean by mailbox and when it is used?
The mailbox is used to communicate or make the transaction between. We can make the transaction inside a module to a one process to process as well as one object to object. If you make the transaction between one object to object, we can make the mailbox as same using a function, a new method. And inside that mailbox, what we have having the inbuilt functions put and get. What we are putting to the mailbox, that we can get it from either one process from process as well as one object from object.
Okay. Can you tell me the difference between generic and parameterized mailbox?
Generic and parameterized mailbox. Actually, if we have declared the type of data inside, I think it's parameterized mailbox. Generic mail type is normal. We cannot declare any type of mailbox. If we declare a kind of transaction mentioned in the type of mailbox, I think parameterized.
Okay, okay. Uh, Venkatesh, can you tell me the difference between Calloc and Malloc?
Bonus. That is, I think, very low.
Okay, leave it. It's out of it's the programming question. Tell me, where do we use reg and when do we use wire?
Wire?
Uh, have you
Antennas?
have you studied Verilog?
No, sir.
Okay, okay, no issue. So, draw me the diagram of the ring counter and draw me the diagram of ring counter. Show, draw it and show me. Uh, uh, 4-bit ring counter. Chiyo, can you tell me the difference between ring counter and Johnson counter?
Yes, just in the output, sir. If in ring counter we take the output of Q and put it over the first flop. In Johnson counter, we take the output from last flip flop of Q bar and put it in the first flip flop.
Okay. And can you tell me where do we use monitor and display?
Monitor and display is like a mechanism in Verilog and system Verilog for like messaging, or we can have the mechanism of messaging. And the main difference between display and monitor, the display works work one time only if called one time. Like what if you display anything or write a code for display, it will show the current display what we are mentioned in the parameter. In monitor, if any changes happens in happen the variable inside the monitor parameter, that display continuously. It's not a one-time event like sensitivity list.
Okay, okay, Shiju. I have a suggestion for you. Your Verilog and system Verilog is good, but you need to work on CMOS. Okay,
Yeah, actually, I work, sir, but I recall it just like.
You study CMOS, then it will be okay for you. And Shiju and Venkatesh, you need to study Verilog because you have problem in Verilog. Study it. It won't take much time. It will take 10 to 15 days. You can cover Verilog concepts, I think, if you study 4 hours daily.
Like what concept they ask, sir? I am from physical design, no, sir.
You which design?
Physical design.
Okay, physical design. Then you need to study CMOS properly and STA, static timing analysis. You need to focus it on. Study it properly. That will help in physical. And study a little bit Verilog. It's very important in all the data profiles.
What they ask, sir, in Verilog? Basics.
Yeah. You study only Verilog basics. That will work. Okay, Rajesh sir. I think that will be enough for today. Rajesh sir, are you there? Okay, you can switch off your camera. One last question. Okay. Have you studied clock domain crossing?
CDC में तो study, yes, sir.
Okay, इसको पढ़ लेना, ये हर इंटरव्यू में पूछते important question है. So, okay, Rajesh sir, are you there? Okay, so that will be enough for today. So we are from Calicut, Kerala.
Yeah, I'm from Calicut, Kerala, sir.
Where have you completed your BTech? From which college? I'm
from Government Engineering College, sir, Kerala. Kottayam, Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Technology.
Okay. Nice. So you know Hindi or you know only English and your mother tongue?
No, sir. No Hindi I don't know, sir. But English and Malayalam also, Tamil also. I know, sir.
Okay, okay. So, okay, so you are good with knowledge, so you
Hmm.
need to replenish it. So revise it all. That will be
Hmm.
enough. And work on the coding part of system very long.
Yeah, no problem,
Because
sir.
when you will face, there are two types of companies. One is higher companies such as Intel, Qualcomm,
Hmm.
Micron, NXP, Cadence, Synopsys. They will ask the basics of system Verilog. But if
Hmm.
you apply for the company whose package is 8 lakh or 10 lakh, 10 lakh, then this company will ask you coding. So
Hmm.
you need also to work on the coding part of Verilog as well as system Verilog, and sometimes they also have the test bench of Verilog.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you need to focus on that. And
Hmm.
if you need assistance in applying any company, then I will help you because I know many companies in which there are vacancies. So you can keep in touch
But
with me.
actually, sir, actually, I have offered. I'm an offer person from other company during my own campus. But it's almost 1 year. They till not get the tell the date of joining, and
Okay.
no, don't get
See,
any reply from over. Actually I get thousands plus mail. Actually, 500 plus mail I already wrote to many of the church. None of them are not replying.
no, actually, there is a time of recession right now. Many
Yeah, that's
companies
what.
are firing. That's why we are facing a lot of
Mm,
problems. So if keep applying, they will call you.
yeah.
Okay,
Thanks, sir.
have a nice conversation with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.